What's up, party people? It's Gordon with Triangle Lawn Games, and I'm back telling you about event venues in today, a city that I didn't know much about, but I'm learning more about. So it is a pretty cool place. It's Gloucester, Massachusetts, north of Boston. It's not Gloucester, it's Gloucester, okay? And really it's Gloucester, you know? I'm not from Boston. I don't know how to speak Boston, but it does seem like a pretty cool place, a very pretty place right there on the water. So we'll talk a little bit about some wedding venues up there. I know a lot of weddings happen up there. We've got a location of Triangle Lawn Games there. We do yard game rentals and things like that. So let's jump into it and learn a little bit more about some of the wedding venues in Gloucester. So you can see some of these pictures. But first, let's talk about what you should look for in a wedding venue. So when you're searching for the perfect venue, there's a number of things to look at. I think these 8 things are really smart things to look at. Location, where is it? Is it where you want to be? Is it right on the water? Is it in a downtown area? Where is it? Is it where you want to be? Capacity, is it big enough? Is it small enough? Do you want an intimate wedding? Do you want a huge wedding? How much space do you really need? And so typically it's done by guest count. So keep in mind, ask the questions, figure out how many guests you want, and then make sure that then you can hold it. Types of spaces. So that's going to be, does it have an indoor space? Does it have an outdoor space? Does it have a patio? Does it have a lawn? Does it have a chapel? Is it, does it have the things you need to make your wedding a success? Think about the types of spaces. Speaking of success, food and beverage is a huge part of every wedding, obviously. And you've got to find out, do they let you bring in your own catering? Do they offer catering? Will they only let you use their catering? Is that catering what you want? So these things are important. Bar service is important. You have to bring in outside bartenders. Do they offer that? Think about food and beverage. Photo opportunities. Do they have Instagrammable, memorable places where you can take pictures? Is there an outdoor patio? Is there a wall that's got a cool background? Stuff to think about. Bathrooms and facilities are important and often overlooked. So do they have enough bathrooms? If you have 300 people at your wedding, you have 2 one-stall bathrooms, you could have problems. So think about bathrooms and how many people you're going to have, and also facilities, and just in terms of power and water. Do you have, power out to the places you need? Are you going to have, a musician playing outside? Is there power for them to plug in their PA system or their amplifiers or whatever it is? So think about that stuff. Think about parking. Parking is important, especially if you start talking about downtown areas. It can be difficult to have enough parking, so make sure you've got that covered. And then accommodations, is it near places that people can stay? Is it part of a hotel? Is it near hotels? Think about that. Are there Airbnbs around? So let's jump into it. The first one is Cruiseport, Gloucester, and this is right there on the bay. It's a 400 guest venue. You can see from the pictures, it's very pretty, and it's got pictures of the bay and pictures of the water. It is absolutely stunning. They say breathtaking waterfront venue on Cape Ann with award-winning features and a dedicated team. And I'm sure they do have that, so it's a nice place. Intimate harbor room is ideal for the cocktail hour. They also have room for 175 guests in a kind of seated, stunning setting there. So the Cruiseport Gloucester is definitely classy, kind of like seaside, awesome venue. If that's what you're looking for, you should keep that in mind. Cruiseport Gloucester. The next one is the Elks Atlantic Ocean Room at Bass Rocks. And this is also in Gloucester, not far away. It's over on the coast itself. And as you can see from the pictures, stunning views. I mean, you're right on the Atlantic, essentially. You can have a seaside wedding right there. And, smaller, 200 guests, but not small by any means. That's a very large wedding. And it's got unbeatable panoramic vistas, making it a sought-after choice for events and venues, or for events and weddings. And then due to its popularity, it does say that bookings for this venue fill up fast. So you probably will have to secure this one pretty early because it is pretty stunning. So make sure you contact those guys, the Elks Atlantic Ocean Room at Bass Rocks, as soon as you possibly can. Don't forget the lawn games, because it looks like I'm seeing that right there. I need a Jenga right there. I need a cornhole set. Just kidding. Hammond Castle's the next one. It's also out there on the water. So you'll find in Gloucester that it's a seaside town, right? So a lot of these places are going to be seaside. That's what people go there for. And this one holds up to 240 guests. It says it's a Scottish-inspired ceremonial hall. Looks like a castle. I mean, literally looks like one of the castles of Scotland. Pretty cool stuff. Breathtaking wedding photos. So you can have some really awesome photos and memories from this one. And they can cater to smaller weddings, offering what they say is a charming setting for up to 20 guests at a reduced price. They can also obviously do much larger weddings. And you can see this looks like, this is like freaking Harry Potter or something. This is cool. It's got the flags hanging. It does. It looks like an old Scottish castle, basically. So interesting stuff. But it is obviously right on the water, which is also great. So that's Hammond Castle. Keep that in mind. Another seaside. Look at those views. Eastern Point Yacht Club. Holds up to 50 guests indoors and another 180 outside. So, indoors wouldn't be the biggest wedding, but outdoors they have plenty of space, it sounds like. They have elegant views, manicured grounds, and a wonderful atmosphere at this secluded beach club located on Eastern Point. So it does sound pretty nice. Sounds like a nice place for a classy wedding. And they have pre-wedding arrangements for parties and waterfront photo opportunities. And again, look at that view. It's right on the water. You get the boats in the background, so can't beat that. And you can see from the map, it's right on that point, right? Eastern Point. So it looks pretty cool. So that's Gloucester. Those are some wedding venue ideas for you in that area. If you're looking, I'm sure there's other great places. But, let us know if you have questions. Support at trianglelonggames.com. Keep us in mind if you're looking for something fun for the cocktail hour or the reception or something. We'd be happy to drop off some games and pick them up. We do offer cornhole and giant Jenga and giant Connect 4. We've got stain games, custom cornhole, all kinds of stuff. So head to trianglelonggames.com for more information. You can also go to bostonlonggames.com, which is our Boston location, which is including in Gloucester. So, keep us in mind. If you have any questions, let us know, and I hope you have a great day. Happy hunting for that perfect venue.